Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, I just tried something new, and I don't know if you guys saw the video or not, and now I don't know how to get my comments back. So give me a second. This is obviously not how you do it, just so you guys know. Why I have lost my comments now. Oh, there's a tab. Can you guys hear me? You can? Yay, because I have the new mic on. I didn't see a video. I just put the video up. You'll probably see it in the replay. I'm just trying to learn the new things, right? But I did a new intro video. Here, let me play it for you guys because you'll be able to see it now. So watch for it. I think I'll be able to do it. Let's see. Let me know if you can see it. Here we go. Hi, I'm here. Did you guys get to see it? So I made that. I just don't know. I made it because, right, it's always it lags when we go live right away. So I thought the video will be something fun to put in there. Could you hear the music and stuff that I picked? So you'll be like me walking around the house singing the little ditty, like do 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 around the house. So it's coming. I'm working on that. I am doing this from StreamYard, so I won't have to Blair Witch you switch the cameras, and I have a mic on. So all the things are happening tonight. So it's great, just a lot louder. Yes, so now turn your volume down because I have my Yeti mic hooked up so that the audio will be the same throughout the video or the presentation, the live, because now I'm not flipping my camera around to get the sound working, right? So I am gonna have to adjust because my friend Greta's here. I went to the airport and got Greta today. We saw Valerie for lunch. And then I'm like, I have lots of time. And we got talking. I was watching, Heidi was live on Instagram. I was watching her. And then I went, oh no, I'm not ready. And that's why I'm late. So, do you like my popcorn earrings tonight? Popcorn earrings and my heart sweater on. So, I got all the things going on. I didn't turn the light, so I looked there. Not as scary now. Uh, I'm a hot mess. You guys know it if you're here. So, everybody's, hi, Greta. She's like, hi. She goes, do I have to talk or do anything? I said, no. You can just sit over there and watch me because that's fun. So Jill will be excited. Photos are printed for tonight. When I flipped the camera, I did finish the layout from last week, but only partially finished the card. I've also selected a winner because do you remember? It's a new thing I'm starting because I was inspired by my friend Lael that she gives away something on her lives. And I'm like, that is a great idea. I'm going to do that too. And we selected the live because one in the live comments today, I will do a quick scan through or scroll through them. And wherever I stop, I will choose a winner there. And I will then choose a winner every week in the regular comment section. So the section after the video is done in the live portion, you can leave a comment there for a second chance to win. And the winner of that is, I wrote it down, at R. Morley Anderson. So if you're here, you won the texture paste. So I will get your information and we'll mail that out. So congratulations at R. Morley Anderson. Are you here tonight? I don't know. But I'll also post it in last week's video or maybe even in this one too. So you'll know last week's winner. This week we are featuring, I thought it'd be fun to feature the ready-made backgrounds and show you how you can quickly create some layouts and you don't have to do all the steps and the drying time for the mixed media. We're going to use the pad. And last minute, I decided to use dies with it. So if you don't want to, you don't have to, but I'm going to use this die set from the reflection from scrapbook.com. And I believe Natalie already put share sale links in there. So if you want to go find it, you can. So I'm going to die cut. I'm going to do a little bit of stenciling with distress ink. And we're going to make a really quick layout using the ready-made backgrounds, this pack. If you don't have this pack, but you have one of the past ones, you can totally use that. So And then guess what? This week, I'm going to give one away live, and I will send one out to a lucky winner that'll be announced next week for another pad. So, and who knows, I might throw something else in there. But I thought that's fun, right? The ready-made pad, I do have a couple extras here and ordered some more because I think they're out of stock on my shop on vickybooten.com. But if you're planning on ordering down the road, those will be back in stock as well. So I think that'll be good. So hello, what's going on? I'm going to read the comments. Hello, Jennifer. Hi, Helen. How are you? Hello, Glenda. How you doing, Teresa? Hi, Karen. I got your card today. Thank you very much, my friend. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Natalie. How are you? So, and hello in the Netherlands. That's very exciting. So everybody have a good week. We kicked off the Discover and Create weekend prep, and that was fun. It went off without a hitch, which I love. And I actually tested the new mic for that one. I've had it in the closet or in my cupboard for at least 2 years. I just didn't know how to use it. Thank you, YouTube, for educating me. And now it seems like I should have been using it a long time ago because I think the sound is going to be much clearer, right? How do you send a card? My address is on the bottom of my uh, vickybooten.com page. I think there's an address link to that and on my Shopify. But she sends me, she's very good she's a card maker. So she joins us, but she's predominantly a card maker. And Karen's awesome. Like she'll send me cards she goes, I think you needed a Starbucks, and there's a Starbucks card and stuff in there. So that is not in any way required, but is very much appreciated. So thank you, friend. I got that. And a beautiful gift from Kari as well, that when I do my new studio area shop out of the basement walk through, I'll show you the pillows that she sent me in pretty little rainbow dish, and the blanket Simon has stolen. So the blanket is now his. But see, I share my gifts. When I open them, the cat gets one. So whatever you guys send or whatever comes in the mail, the cat gets the envelope from the cards, or he steals whatever he wants out of my gift bag. Hi, Yessie, how are you? Hi, Lee. Yay. So hi, Karen, how are you? So very excited for tonight. It is going to be very relaxed, no drying time really or anything, because I'm just going to use a little distress. I might even use oxide tonight. I know, wild and crazy. I'm going to get wild and crazy on this Friday night. So I don't really have much more to say. Unless you have any questions, I'm going to flip the camera, and I don't even have to Blair Witch you because I'm doing this through my streaming platform. What's the quality of the video look like? Is it nice and sharp, friends? Are you looking at it or no?
Yeah, I did.
So I just want to know if you notice a difference with the quality of the video. Remember, if you're on YouTube, before you answer, make sure you go over the little gear and make sure you're set on 720p. So it is working. So what I love this one is that I can just flip between the two cameras and I don't have to shake everything around. So see, I told you I'm working on making it better. I will make sure though that I figure out how to do the opener. Didn't know how to go live and have the video set up in it, but YouTube will help me. I'll have it figured out by next week. So good. I'm glad it's working and that the sound's good. So if you're listening in headphones or whatever, adjust your volume so I don't make you deaf, because I don't want to do that. So I'm very excited to play. If yours is fuzzy, Teresa, it's probably your connection then, because everybody else's is sharp. So sometimes if you go out and come back in, that'll help. But remember what I said. If you take your cursor and go over the screen on your YouTube, in that bottom corner, it should be on that side, I think, you'll see a gear. If you hover over the gear and you press quality, you can change it to 720p or 1080, and it should be much sharper. Okay, so sometimes if it's your connection, I can't fix that one, right? So it's sharp on this end, but yes, the 720p, because for some reason YouTube will go down to like 3 something, so it is really poor for video quality. So that's always the first thing I check, is just make sure you hover over the gear and then check quality, and you can up your quality to 720p is what I'm streaming at. So that should help. right? So let's flip the camera and make the things. And then I'm going to also grab my video from layout from last week so I can show you it finished. But look, we're all set up. How easy was that? No Blair Witching tonight at all. So let me just turn the light down so it's shining on here. On my YouTube, the gear is in the upper right hand corner. Well, that's, is it because you're on your phone? Yeah, I think I'm talking about when I change it, it's usually on my desktop or laptop. So good to know, right? Still fuzzy. Yeah, I'm not sure, Connie. Because, right, if everybody else's is sharp, I don't know why yours would be fuzzy. But I'm trying to use the streaming platform whenever we finally move over to my new studio space. Hopefully, we will have, sorry, I'm going to move stuff around. It's right by the bike. The bike. That would be a mic. It's not a bike. Yeah, restarting the feed sometimes will help. So like I said, I'm going to use the dice. Of course, I'm going to use Discover and Create to make the layout because I want to stay consistent with that. And let's show what we worked on last week. So if you weren't here, where is my layout? I added photos because I know. Oh, here it is. Let me share that with you. And I've lost the card while I was cleaning up. So the only thing I didn't do yet is glue the actual base down, but I put photos on it. So this guy needs to be glued. But this is a layout from last week where we used the black foundations paper, and I used the new blue azure glaze. That's what I was trying to say. So love it. Fresh start, put photos on. So this is one of the rooms in my new studio space. See my Barbie art. And then I actually got dressed and combed my hair. So that's a fresh start. And then some of the areas where I'm stocking some of my products. So trying to add photos to everything so I will have a complete album for this year, right? So very excited for that. And I did do a card. I just don't know where it is. I'll have to look for it. It's around here somewhere, but I could possibly trip on stuff searching. But it's been a busy week, right? Because we had part of class this week. So Vicky is definitely not as organized as I normally would be. But getting there, friends, right? How was your week? Did anybody celebrate any birthdays? Did you celebrate any anniversaries? Are you all feeling nice and healthy? Sorry, bangy. But I need to get myself set up so I can sit and do the things. I'm ready to go now. I have my die cutting machine. So what my plan is for tonight, this is kind of what I have planned, is let's look through the ready-made backgrounds. So here's what I have to say with the ready-made backgrounds. If you don't have the pad, you could make the background. These are all from original art that I send off to my friends at American Crafts, and they just go ahead and scan them and put it in a pad. So this one, if you've been around, we did last year in one of our Friday Night Lives. This was, I'm going to move my light closer. It seems very dark tonight. See if that makes a difference. Okay, I think that's better. And they scanned it, and now it is in a page in this pad, which I'm loving. We're not going to use that one tonight, but you can if you are so inclined, right? Happy 39th anniversary. But I like Dion put happy 399th anniversary. Is that what it is? 399th? Your son turned 40 yesterday. Wow. Congratulations. Happy birthday. Yeah, love. 38 years. Good for you. It's a long time, right? So this is the pad we're using tonight. I'm going to use this sheet to die cut my flowers because I like that I have lots of color variation in there. And then for the base, I use two different sheets to use for die cutting. And then I'm going to also possibly stencil on some of those pieces just to give a little interest to the flower layers. And then I'm going to use this for my base. I think this is a nice base to put the florals on. And then I'm going to also use, there's a purpley one in here. I love that one. You could use this gray too as well. And I'm going to use this one as well. So those are the pieces that I'm going to use out of the ready-made background pad, which you guys, this sells very well. People love this, I think, because you can get some really pretty mixed media backgrounds quickly without a lot of fuss, no mess. Or if you don't have a lot of time, right? It's a great option. It's just like a different style of pattern paper, I would say, right? Just like a different style of paper. It's almost like a mix between cardstock and pattern paper. It's kind of how I look at the ready-made backgrounds. So I did pull them out. Like I said, I'm going to die cut out of here. I'm going to use this as my base, and then we'll decide how. And look at, I printed photos and everything. So Debbie's going to go on this layout. These photos were taken on our cruise that we went on for New Year's. And it actually was by the entertainment area. So they had lights. So this photo's blue on my camera. She's in blue. And I just made them black and white. So you didn't freak out when you thought my child was blue. Smurf. She was a Smurf. Could have been a Smurf, but I made her black and white instead. There was, what was Megan saying? Given how many pages you make, how do you possibly decide which one should go to American Crafts and become part of the pad? They're also lovely. Thank you. I usually send a box full of them, and then I will put what my favorites are, and then if there's an alternative they need. But I try to do things that are layerable, if that makes sense. Like some of the pages, like that circle one with all the torn pieces or the sewn pieces, that was like a whole series of uh Friday Night Lives that we then took the art and made it into one piece. That's a whole different thing. Like that is, you wouldn't layer a ton on top of that because the work is already done. I like that these can be buildable. So the ones I usually choose are ones that are pretty simple. The color palette is pretty simple, so that we could go in now with, you could go on here and well, maybe we'll do it, stencil a whole different pattern on here with one of the glazes and stencil brush. So just try to do that. So you will need, if you're going to die cut tonight, unless you're using your Cricut or Silhouette or Brother Scan and Cut, I'm going to use my die cutting machine. And I like this die because I've never used it. I haven't used it, but I love the little circles, and I thought I could do layered flowers on here. So I'm really, with this one, only going to use those 3 flowers. You can use whatever you want. If you don't want to use flowers tonight, you could hand draw them from our doodle class and cut them out of this as well. But I just thought I want it to be fast, like quick layouts that we could do. So I thought using the dies is a quick way to get the shape that I need. And then if I want to customize them, we could still stencil on top of some of them. So that's kind of the plan I have. You have to go clean your fish tank, but you're going to keep listening. I love that. Got to keep those fish oxygenated and clean, right? Now I have a cat. I just cleaned litter boxes. Where's the die from? It is scrapbook.com. Natalie has put the link in the description of the video. You were able to find it, weren't you, Nat? I love this too. And I really love it, like, because when you look at the whole thing, but it's going to be fun to layer these and then put the circle in the middle, right? I love it. I ran out of supplies to keep following. Can I come pick them up? Who's Tiki Bootin'? That's funny. Who's Tiki Bootin'? Sure you can, but you're not here anymore because I don't have them in my house. You'd have to talk to me, and you could come visit me at the shop, right? Way less work than a cat, though. What, the fish are way less work? Yeah, but I love that cat. He loves me back too, even when he's biting my face. What size of the flower dies are you going to use? These ones, Amy. So, and you could use any flower die that you have. You could have a stamp that you could stamp and you could fussy cut them, right? Yeah, so Natalie did find them. They're all in the description. So I am going to use just, I think, max this size. So try not to wreck them. Just give me a second. That double-sided tape, right? Ooh, don't want to bend the die. This will be the biggest one, and I'll probably only do one of that, but I would really like to layer some of them. I think it would be fun with foam dots. This layout will be, the star of the show is going to be the flowers. So I'm going to use these and then the circles. That's the biggest I'm going to use. Oh, look how fun. Just laying that down so you could turn it, right? But I will probably just be traditional and layer it in there like that. But we're going to do that. I'm like to Greta, I'm going to prep all the flowers and just show them one, and I'll be so ready. And then I went to put my eyelashes on and my face so I didn't scare you. And I came out and went, holy crap, it's 5 to 8. So sorry, friends, I was going to be so ahead of the game, but anybody who joins me already knows that I'm a hot mess most of the time. What toppings are your favorite? What toppings? What toppings on what? I'm not sure. Ice cream? Peanuts on a strawberry sundae. That's my favorite. Do you know that is my favorite? I love to go to Dairy Queen or to what's the other place? McDonald's. And I don't think you can even get peanuts at McDonald's anymore.
Really?
I don't think they do that.
So because they're
Actually, maybe, yeah. But could be a troll, maybe. We'll have to see because they have some weird comments on. So we'll see. Keep track of that, Tiki Bootin, and see if they are some scary person just putting weird comments up because it's kind of weirdo things, right? Who is on here? Why are they talking about Devin now? So it's probably one of my kids' friends on here. Really? Yo, Devin, what up? They just put.
Oh no.
It's pretty funny. You guys. We'll watch you. We'll watch you, little devil. So let's go and hi Sherry. How are you, Cherie McQueen from Australia? It's one of my friends that I met when I was there. Lovely. And you see, I almost said Sherry and I corrected it quickly because it's not, it's Cherie. So what my plan is that I'm going to punch some flowers out of this, and I think they're going to look great on that gray background, right? And then I just grabbed a bunch of stencils, whatever you want. You could stamp on it too, like a script stamp would be great on these. But I really want them tonally to be the same color. But where we can change it is just by layering something on top that gives it a little bit of interest. So whatever you want to use stencil wise, just something like, look at the polka dots on one, and it could be black, could be really fun, or even gray. We could tie the gray in, navy, could be really cool. I have not chosen ink color, so we'll get to that next. But I'm going to decide like what is the largest, and I have a ruler. So I'm going to cut strips out of this and then punch a bunch or die cut a bunch of flowers. So this one is about 4.5 inches. So, right, 4.5. So I'm only going to do one strip, about 4.25-ish, because I don't want well, the other ones are smaller, so we should be okay. So this, I'm only probably die cutting one this large anyway. So I'm going to cut one at 4.5, and then we'll decide for the rest. Does that make sense? So we'll do one because I don't really want to lose that real estate. So we'll do 4.5 on this strip. And I'm just going to die cut out of that whole strip. So what's really nice too with this paper is the weight is nice. And it used to have, like, I think they've probably changed manufacturers. It used to be really textury. It doesn't have that kind of texture it used to. Do you guys remember that this paper had a texture? Greta, when you put your dies through, Do you use a magnet or do you
magnet base?
You use the magnet base?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have one somewhere. I don't know where it is. So I'm going to just do the washi tape trick, right? I know some of you guys are going to be like, you're using all your good washi. Yeah, I am. Hi, Robin. How are you? I'm amazing today. Yes, you remember. I love this inspiration today with the mixed media. What time is it in your part of the world? It's pretty fun, right? People watch from all over, which is exciting. So, I usually have to test because I am not a pro by any means. So sometimes I put these in and go, it's not thick enough, and I'll just add a shim. Somebody who tested everything before they went live would probably have better results. But Vicky usually throws it on there and I can feel it as soon as it wheels through. If it's, I probably need another plate or something on here.
Yeah.
But let's see.
Maybe.
No, that's not working. So what I normally do, but but it's too thick then usually. It's all I need, right? Is will you grab in those drawers over there? I just want a piece of cardstock. In those drawers, so like whatever down, like 7, 8, 9. One of them will have white cardstock in it. Greta's helping me. See, it's very nice when you have somebody here because otherwise I'd have to trip over everything to get it. So this is what I generally do. What do you guys do when it's not heavy enough? Do you shim it? So that's what I tend to do is just, if I pop in another piece, this is usually enough, right? And do you like how my hand is reaching over? It's because when you're doing it live, it's not how I would normally. Let's see, did it work? It worked. It's all we needed. Now look at this is what I'm telling you, contained funk. So if some of you guys have been watching the mixed media for a long time and you're like, I don't think it's my jam, it's too messy. Now it's contained. Like I love doing this mixed media art and then die cutting it. And now you have this beautiful piece of art and you didn't have to do really any of the heavy lifting because the art was already done with the ready-made background. So we have one of the big ones. I think I only want about 3 florals, but I'm going to be doing layered floral. So let's see. I think I only want one of the big ones. I'm going to do a couple of these ones. I would love if there had fake nails. Had been one more smaller, but there is not. So we'll just do this. So because I can, let's just put 2 on here. Put 2 on here. Put 2. Put 2. Like you saw it, it was just in my hand. Where'd it go?
You put it away.
Right? I use thin cardboard sheets. That's a great idea, like chipboard. That's a great idea. So a lot use a cardstock shim. Now, do you guys die cut so much that you know right away that you need a shim? Like I love this magic mat from scrapbook.com. I find those dies that I have a hard time cutting because they're too intricate. This helps me. And I find there's not much that I've had. Like there's, the set, the Tim Holtz Sizzix set with all of the Christmas branches in it and stuff. Some of those I can never get to cut. I can get them to cut on the magic mat. So that is why I love the magic mat. So sorry for the weird arm thing. I don't understand me either sometimes. So I can't explain a lot of what goes on in my brain. We just you guys just put up with it. So thank you. So today, Greta and I picked her up from the Buffalo airport because Greta lives in Indiana. What is the place called? Wakarusa, Indiana. And I picked her up and we stopped at Home Goods, not Home Sense. That's here. And oh my goodness, I'll share tomorrow the art that I bought. They had a cat,
Frida.
Frida. How do you say her last name? Kohololo. Kohau. Well, you know what I'm talking about. Frida, big one eyebrow. Unibrow. So it is a cat picture, but the back of it is like Kelly green. It's adorable. When I picked it up in a gold frame, Greta's like, that is totally you. And then I went around the other side, and it was Vermeer's, or one of the artists, his lady, the one in the turban. Do you know the artists and the ladies in the turban? I think, is it Vermeer? I don't know, Dutch painter. I believe it's some Dutch painter. So there was another cat in the turban. So I bought both of them, right? I bought both of them. I would like to know which one of my kids' friends, or where's the Simonator at? Who are you, you tiki bootin', causing trouble out there? Hi, Irene. How are you? You love your Magic Mat too, but use magnet platform. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. The cat, I will show you. They're adorable. And then there was another one that had glasses on, but I reined it in. What else did I get? A pineapple candle. Yeah. So, and then I like those Reed diffuser scents. Do you guys buy those? But I don't like that they're in a box and I don't know what it smells like, right? Right? Lady with the pearl earrings. Is that what the painting is called, Paula? You know the one that I'm talking about, the lady with the turban on, right? So, girl with one earring, maybe, yeah. And so I'll show you. When I show you the picture, I'll post it on Instagram or on our private group on the Vicky Booten Creative Community. So it is, yeah, that lady with whatever the turbanish thing on her head. What artist was it? Am I close at all? I don't know if I'm close at all. So let's cut this. So look, at some out of this will be fun. And then this is a little bit more yellow, and then the peachy color. So I'm going to do, like I said, this 2 sizes only, not the big guy. And then they'll layer beautifully on here. It is Vermeer. Look at me from my art history days. I am so impressed with myself. Where do I go for access to? It's Vicky Booten Creative Community is on Facebook. So all you have to do is ask to join, and we'll put you right in there, right? So I cannot even believe that I pulled that one out of my hat, because my hat's more kind of like Dr. Seuss. Right. Yeah, pretty crazy. I'm actually quite impressed, I just have to say.
Take for you.
Oh, thank you.
Just got the note.
I do have this, which is way better, right? Freaking weirdo. Vermeer is the painter of the girl with the pearl earring. I cannot even believe. Like, now you're like, wow, that Vicky, she's smart. SMRT. So maybe I'll cut it this way, right? Because now
Yeah,
it's like more, because then I can still get 2, like make sure I can get like multiples. I'm going to do that. So let's decide what we need. And I'm going to do multiples so we have different stenciling options, and then I can decide what I want. So 3.5. So let's do it. I am such a tidy crafter. So the new desk that I purchased for filming in the new studio, the overhead setup I have will have an overhead camera, and it's all kind of like one unit. But the max width that it will go out to is only 47 inches. That means I'm going to be working on half this table size. I'm going to have trouble. Because now I'm going to have to like really maximize my space usage. Don't you think?
That's the biggest the camera will be, or that's the whole top?
That is the whole top. It's like 47 by like 23 or something. It's just not the smallest desk at IKEA. The desktop's the second to smallest. So whatever. So, and I bought two desktops. So we'll build it with like about 7 inches so that I can slide things and pull them from under. I think that will work really well. So it'll be the same length. So I'm custom like I do with all my desks. I customize them, just building them from IKEA parts. I will share photos with you because maybe somebody at home has limited space. And I'm going to use 2 of the Alex drawer systems and put them on casters. So I think it'll be really fun. Yeah. But I bought 3 desktops so we could build it on the base. I just can't get under it. But I could, because I could get my knees under if I could just put the chair up to it. So we'll figure it out. I'll show you. You like the new intro, Inez? Can you see if there's a soda in there for me? Thank you. I'm going to start coughing. Poor Greta and I, both of us, have been like having random coughing fits today. More project carts. Yes, I have one for the new studio because I require that. You know, if you've been around, I love my project cart. Thank you. So I'm going to do, I think it'll be fun too to kind of add that like little painty edge in there. So I'm going to do one of them like that. But I also, just go for it. There's some of that orangey on the next one. And then look at that little yellow bit. Because this is actually from, I believe that was when I was the dollar store. I will often find a lot of the stuff that this print would have been from the gel plate. Was like a drawer liner, or no, yeah, textured drawer liner. So when you're in the dollar store, and you're walking down the section where you can get like the foam drawer liners. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It'll be in a roll and you can get the stuff that would go so your plates won't move around or whatever. If it has texture and no sharp edges, it is perfect for gel plate printing, right? You have lots of work in progress. Amy, do you have a project cart? You get the project cart, and I'll tell you, the place I would order them from, the biggest deal or best deal, is usually Joann's with your coupon. Joanne. I always say Joann's. It's not Joann's. It's Joann's store. With your coupon, you can, and even Canadians can order it, and it's usually a super great deal. So see, guys, check to see if the project cart. One of you check to see if it's on sale right now or anything at Joann's. I tell everyone you need at least one of them. I get no kickbacks from it. My name's not on it, but it is the best space, especially if you have very limited space because you're building up, like your space is up and each tray comes off. So right now I have 3 project carts on the go and I could have probably 2 more. I just love them. And then they kind of get parked. There's like a project cart parking lot. Look how fun that is, friends. $59.99. That's the cheapest. That's not bad though. And that's US dollars, right? And there's no other, is there another coupon you could put on it? Can you layer your coupons? Yeah, sure. Sometimes they go on like, is that half price or about 40?
It's 40.
40 off. Look, I love it. See, with the edge on it? Look how pretty that is.
I like that.
Yeah. So let's just do a couple more. I'm Canadian, and yes, Joanne, ship, and it was on sale, easy peasy. Because I don't know anywhere else that you can get them, to be honest with you, right? I can bring them in, but it's would really, what I've done in the past is only locals or people who come to pick up, because of shipping. I can't get those kind of deals. You know what I mean? It costs you way too much to have it shipped. But if you're local and you want to pick up, just let me know. And the next time I put an order in, I will just get a couple more of them. Because and maybe keep one for myself, because I do love them. I love the project cart. I think it is a amazing product from We Are Memory Keepers. They did a really good job on those. I'm gonna put that there. Put that guy there. And I'm gonna cut a few. Okay, friends, just so we have multiple options when I go to do the stenciling and layering. So I know it's like watching paint dry as you're watching me. I had no idea we could shop at Joann's. It's a newer thing. It's probably been at least a year, maybe a little bit more, that you can get some stuff there. I have my Paige Evans in a crop tote. Like what, the rolly tote? Do you guys remember when I had the Rolly tote came out, the black and white one? I think it was one of the prettiest that We Are did. And then, but something happened and then they canceled. Like people had it ordered and they just stopped it. So I don't know what happened. But I loved those. Still have mine. It was a 3-piecer. Do you guys, a lot of you have it because you will show up at crops with it. And I'm like, oh, look, I get to roll into the crop with you guys. I love that. New Jersey, HSN had them a while back for a great price. Check on there too. But now Canadians cannot shop from HSN. They only will ship to the US. So definitely my American friends, check that out because if they have a good deal, it could still be on there. Just because it's not on the show, they still have their like shop, right? I think I can still get them at a lot of, yeah, I don't know that. But yeah, American Crafts, like Designer Destination, where we put our collections in, only do one. So I think Paige's Blooming Wild was the one, and mine was Where to Next. So my travel line was the one. The new ones won't stock until June, I believe. Our new collections. I don't know what Paige's is. I haven't seen it yet. I know what mine is. I've seen mine because I design it. So those ones will stock, but yeah, it'll be the other ones. I cracked one of the trays on the cart, so I ordered trays from Amazon and they work. And now I have extra cafeteria style trays. I love that. That's awesome. Did you just do the measurement, Carissa? And then just order that? Oh, look at that one is a different color. So see the variation in color across. It's going to be fun, friends. These are going to be fun. And then I'll show you how we can, I'll do one more. I'm going to do one more set and then we can move on to the next step. And you could use some of that too. Maybe our card. I will cut the next set. How would you say that? With intention. So I could use this as a shaker card or, right? I'll do at least the top, right? Do this. And then let's do this. And this. And then I will get my flowers out of it. And I can use this for the card. Because every night, right, we do something so I can make a card. And I can make a card. And I can make a layout. That's what I was trying to say. Not very well. That's what I was trying to say.
You could make a outline. Do both.
Oh yeah.
2 layered.
See, my card maker friend will have an idea. This card will be inspired by Greta. She makes a lot of those. Last time she was here, she kept spilling all her darn stuff on my floor. I found, I think the other day I was cleaning under one of the shelves and one of those balls or whatever that were rolling. She's like, oh, and you could hear click, roll across the floor, right? She does, oops, I forgot to put the shim on it. Greta does a lot of, are you guys familiar with Queen and Company? So it's a company that I've known the owner for years, and I used to do layouts and stuff for them back in the day. I love their product, love Wendy, and it's called Queen and Company, and now it's pretty much predominantly cards, right? But lots of shaker and all the bits, and she always has had the best embellishments. So if you check that out, Greta does a lot of cards for that. So let's see now this. Yeah. I love it. Doesn't do that cracky noise or anything, right? It just, yeah, it's true. So I will use this and make some kind of card out of that. It's fun, right? So like, what is A2 size?
4 and a
so
quarter
this
by 5.5.
Right? This is perfect because this is right now 4.5 and I'll cut by 5.5, right? And then I can trim down later.
4 and a quarter.
I'll trim it smaller anyway because I always mat everything.
Yeah.
So let's just cut that and save it. Do a little bit more then. Enough. So I will do something later. The card out of that one, right? So we're going to use our waste. Love that. Queen and Company was very popular at your store. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Do you remember? Like, do you remember when they did everything? It was like the cosmetics.
Mm-hmm. The makeup line.
Yeah, the makeup line. Like, yeah. Greta and I have been around for like, when did we first meet? It was CK. I think that's the first time we met was at CKU in Nashville, wasn't it? CKU, what was, I think so, because were you there by yourself?
Yeah.
And you sat with me at a table in that huge room. Do you remember that?
No.
And we might have met on Two Peas.
Yeah.
And then, but you did, you sat with me. We met there. And that's, I remember Heidi had those totes. No, it was Chatterbox,
Yeah,
the suitcases.
Yeah.
Right? And so I was probably there too. I love that, Kathy. So what's funny is I was just kind of that event, I think, was my first layout ever picked up with CK happened there. And then I won best overall. Remember we used to do those things and I got one best overall. Like it just was the whole kind of, it all kind of started.
Mm-hmm.
And then Greta and I both won like Hall of Fame and we were, well, and then honorable mention, Hoffers. And so we've been friends for all that time, right? Creating keepsakes. Wow, that takes me back. Two Peas in a Bucket. Yeah. Chatterbox and Melody Ross. Yep. Yep. And oh my goodness, I just forgot her name. Best friends with Margie. Christy Tomlinson was always the sidekick, right? Remember her being at one of the shows so pregnant? Yeah. Love that. So we've been around. We're dinosaurs. We've been around for a long time doing this. And still friends, right? Still friends. Still something wrong with us in the head. We're still here doing it. I'm going to cut one more, I think, out of this. So I did this. Let's see if I can slide one more big one in here. I can not. Won't fit. It's a perforated area. Okay, we're going to work with what we got. Let's put the dies away and move on to the next step. Any questions tonight? Is anyone working along with me? This was not, we had a lot more people here. They left because they're probably like, I wanted to do mixed media tonight. Well, there's another week, right? If it's not this week, it is like I have company, and rather than not doing a live, I thought let's do something that it doesn't have to be too boring for Greta sitting here watching me. Dropping that on the floor. Allie Edwards, Jennifer McGuire, Vicky Booten, Kathy Z, all the great ones. Love you. I love that. Thank you, Paula. But you want funny is I was loving them at that. And Jennifer McGuire taught there. Mm-hmm. I remember at that one she taught for Hero Arts. Mm-hmm. And I did a class with Margie. That's the one where I was in the class and it was fast. Those classes were fast. You had to move fast. And I had double-sided tape and I had nowhere to put it. So I stuck it on my lip. And then I pulled it off and pulled all the skin off and started bleeding profusely all over. So I missed the whole class because I had to leave because I was bleeding all over the place.
Some good tape.
So don't stick that tape on your mucous membrane because you will literally rip it off. So isn't that funny? I totally ripped it. I was started bleeding everywhere. It was very, very Vicky. It was very atypical of Vicky. Guess what I didn't do? Do the centers. Oh, and nothing out of purple. So I lied. We're not done yet. I need to do a couple. It is, so don't stick that on your face because it will rip your face off. So let's do a couple. I can do any of the purple flowers, and I really am loving with Discover and Create this kind of light. What would you call it? Would you call that a lilac? Lavender? And do you say lilac or lilac?
Lilac.
You do you? What is the other color that you guys say? And it's totally different than how I say it. Is it lilac? What is maybe lilac? There's one color that I do not say it the same. I'm different.
Blue.
Boo. Blue. Yes, we say bluey. In Canada, blue. That was funny. Look at how fun, right? Yes. Do you say mauve or mauve? You say mauve. So can we, what is the, how do Canadians say mauve or do you say mauve? That is the color. Thank you. Who was the first one to say it? Cindy? Yes, mauve, right? What do you guys? I want you to be working with me tonight, Irene, right? Do something this weekend for yourself, my friend. So I want to know, do you say mauve, type letter A? Do you say mauve, type letter B? Because I want to know.
Oh.
Mauve. I've never said mauve. Like it took me a minute the first time I heard that. I'm like, what is that? And then realize mauve. Everyone says mauve. No, Margaret says mauve. See? There's a couple B's that say mauve. I wonder how the French, how would you pronounce that? Mauve or mauve? I don't know. So there are a couple.
I think you're weird.
I'm not weird. I think, see, it's all of my friends in New Zealand, Canadians, Australians say
Mauve.
mauve. No, they say mauve. Mauve. So now look it up. Who's right, who's wrong? Because there's got to be a proper pronunciation of that. And don't look it up on a US site. Because they're going to lie. Isn't that funny? That's funny. British. It is because we're Canadians, so the French is B. So that's interesting. So the French, it is, that's why. Right? That's why we would say it, is because, right, we are a bilingual country, but B is Canadian. So see, so that is, I just thought it was me. Do you know how you might have a word that you've like, I've always been saying that incorrectly. So that is an interesting one, right, friends? Didn't know. Didn't know. Okay, I'm just going to get a couple out of this one. Just so you know, if my chair just crashes to the floor, I need to get a screwdriver or whatever wrench down here because the screws keep coming out of it. And one day I'm going to be sitting here and it's going to be like, what's with the bears? Goldilocks. It's going to be Goldilocks. I'm going to have a Goldilocks moment. Something wrong with me. Yeah, so that's interesting, right? And it's not one where I'm like, I'm right, you're wrong, because, well, sometimes I'm right, you're wrong. But not in this particular moment. I'm not trying to be I'm right, you're wrong. I'm going to try to get the center of that flower out of that pattern. It's kind of cool. And we'll do that too. Can I get all of them on here with one sticky? Because you got to watch. If you're new to die cutting, you don't want your dies to overlap because you will wreck it. So don't do that. So when you're trying to cheat, just make sure you secure it so they don't move when it's rolling through because it can happen. Azure is another color that gets pronounced differently. How would you say that?
Azure?
Azure? You would say that?
I don't know.
Azure?
I wouldn't say it at all.
Well, it's because my new product is Azure.
Mm.
Hey, Greta, while you're here, do you want to go see The Color Purple? The new one?
The movie?
Yeah.
Sure.
What did I say? Did I say the movie, the show?
You just said The Color Purple.
I would really like to go see it, and no one will go see it with me. So hopefully my friend Greta will go see it with me. Has anybody seen it yet? Chartreuse? How do you say that one? Chartreuse. You say chartreuse?
Mm-hmm.
You know what you don't say correctly? Foyer.
Foyer?
Foyer. That one drives me crazy. Sorry, friends, but right? Where in Canada are you from? I am in Southern Ontario, right near Niagara Falls. But that one is one when I'm watching the decorating shows. I'm always like, no, that's nails on a chalkboard for me. Chartreuse, chartreuse, chartreuse.
Yeah.
That's how I say it. What did I say? Chartreuse. Sometimes some R's are silent for me. Chartreuse. Yeah, see? I said it. Chartreuse the second time after you said it. I said it wrong the first time. See? I just lost all my credibility after knowing who Vermeer was the artist, and then I said chartreuse and didn't put the R in it. It was silent. In Southern Ontario, we don't say the R in it. Oh, you went to see Color Purple? Yeah. So Devin and I just watched the original. If you have ever listened to the audiobook on Audible, the author narrates it. It was phenomenal. Here's another thing. Let's talk about this one. Has anyone, well, I didn't read the book. I listened to the Audible book for lessons in chemistry. It's right under there. Thank you. Have you guys read the book or have you read the book or listened to the Audible? Thank you. For lessons in chemistry.
Neither.
Because I'm watching the show now and I hate when it is not true at like it is a very loose interpretation of that book. And the book was phenomenal. If you have not, I really enjoyed that. Has anyone read the book? I did the audiobook because I like to listen while I'm working, and I really loved it. So if you watch the movie, like the show that's on, I think is it on Netflix or Prime or something? And Jason Bateman is one of the producers, I think. But I'm like, okay, this is a very loose interpretation. So I'm going to tell you, if you watch the show and you're like, I'm really enjoying the show, read the book or listen to the audiobook because it is really phenomenal. The other one that there's a lot of chatter about, and I'm actually, I think, ahead of the game on it, is Demon Copperhead. It is a phenomenal audiobook. Have you anybody listened to that one yet? Demon Copperhead. Oh, it's so good. So good. And then a lot of people have it on their reading list. This, what do you call that? I've never been in a book club. Reading list? Book club choice?
Yeah.
Pick. Is anybody, you're reading it right now? Oh, I love it. I didn't even know there was a remake of Color Purple. Yeah, with Fantasia in it. If she was my favorite ever from what's a show where they sing and somebody wins? What's that show?
Oh,
The
American
original?
Idol.
American Idol. Fantasia. What was the first one? Something about lessons in chemistry. You just finished Hello Beautiful. It is on my thing. Did you like it, Mari? I am right now listening to the Covenant of Water. That literally is a 17-hour audiobook. Very hard at first to kind of keep up with. There's a lot of different characters in it. I am very much liking it, but I'm not lying that I am on hour 7. I've been listening to it for 400 years. It is really long. Has anybody, you liked it? Have you listened to the Covenant of Water? So it is definitely like an Oprah book and it highly recommended. I'm enjoying it, but now I'm sad because then, it's on for so long and follows like the lives, but now people are dying that are favorite characters that I'm like, because it is like 7 books in one. Did you see Oprah's interest? I don't know what that is. Okay, now I need to make a reading list. Yeah, tell us. I love talking about those things. I love audiobooks. I can't watch TV because I can't get any work done. So I very much voraciously listen to audiobooks now. I love to read when I have time. The Covenant of Water is on your wait list. I'm not lying, Mari. 85 million hours long. I really think it is like something like 17 hours long. So it's good, but you really have to, there's a lot of characters in it. So sometimes I'm like, so who's that one? I had a hard time. So I'm enjoying it. I don't know if it'd be a favorite. Demon Copperhead, I would tell you, is a favorite. I loved Lessons in Chemistry. I was sad when that one was done. Yeah. So you love Lessons in Chemistry and Demon Copperhead. Listen to them on a road trip. Yeah. Do you listen to audiobooks on one speed or you speed them up? Just regular? Because I'm usually working, right? Like while I'm picking orders or whatever, I'll have it on. Is one of your faves. So does she have other books that you read? I like thrillers too. I love thrillers. I love mysteries. Yeah, I like that too. You know what's funny is because they were free. So what I started reading a lot of, what I got to remember, uh, uh, mystery, not a mystery writer, a thriller writer, Dean Koontz.
Mm-hmm.
So he did this whole series about a lady FBI agent. Somebody out there is going to know what I'm talking about. So the first one or two were free. And then I bought, like, I voraciously listened to this. And they're weird. He does, his are a little almost sci-fi-ish. Dean, does anybody listen to Dean Koontz audiobooks? So that, whatever that collection was. So now I am for real gonna start making the layout, right? You love Dean Koontz? I really, really love that whole series with the lady who was she was an FBI agent in it. And then it's something where these people, it's like mind control kind of thing. I don't know. I loved it. Hi, Pamela. Loved it. So I want to know if anybody else listened to that whole series. Because I have to say, what are your favorite books?
Me?
Yeah. Do you like mysteries?
I haven't been reading lately.
Do you do any of the audiobooks?
No, but I should
I love them when I'm working. Never TV now.
because I can't pay attention long enough to read now.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm scrolling.
So, see, I don't, Patterson and Grisham, I don't really, but I've liked that. Stephen King, I have not read or have people read the Holly ones? I love Mary Higgins Clark too. Joanna Fluke. So I haven't, Odd Thomas, yeah, I did some of that one too. The Girl in the Box series is great. What is that one, Robin? I don't know if I've done that. I love to read though. I really, when I'm on vacation, I'll read a book. But when I'm working, I just don't have time to do that, right? Your audiobooks are usually why you missed Friday Night Live. I understand that, girl. Chris, you're a girl, right? You're not a guy, Chris Baker. Because then, dude, buddy. No, no offense, right? I want to know what the series is that I'm talking about with the Dean Koontz series. Like it's something, the Crooked Staircase is, I think, one of them. Sorry, my head's in there. I just got to cut this mat and I got to look at it. Yeah, Crooked Staircase, I think, is one. So tonight for my photos, I'm going to do 2 3x4s. You know, I like to see all of this. Jane Hawk, that is it. Lynn, that is a series. Did you guys like that? Anybody read it? It's good. Freaking like that. I was sad when that one was done too. It's twisty though. It is kind of out there, twisty. Might not be for everybody. So my idea for tonight, and I got to decide how I'm going to use this, is I want to do my 2 photos like that, and then do a photo here, and then 2 photos down here. I'm going to do a strip, and then, excuse me, decide if I'm going to use the rest of it. That is the series, the Jane Hawk thriller series, 5 books in the collection. But I'm telling you, it's pretty freaking, it's twisty. But he's kind of twisted. But I loved it. And it was free. And then I had to buy some of them because that's how they hook you.
Yeah.
Usually the first audio book in a series is free.
Yeah.
And then you love it and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And then you just get like 1 credit per month, which I read about 4 books. So I read as many as I can in the free before.
Mm.
And then if I'm paying for it, I want it like that Demon Copperhead I paid for. Question, is it too late to sign up for access only? Definitely not. They're up, what do you call that? Like indefinitely. So we've done the prep so far, Marlo, but it's 2 weeks till the class. So if you want to do it, you can most certainly sign up for the access only for what's it called? Discover and Create. What's my name? Libby. So Libby is free, and well, obviously, Mari, you're in Canada. I have not heard of this, so I'm going to do something like this. I'm going to have to look up Libby. Libby's free.
Oh, yeah.
You're familiar with that?
Ours is Libby through our public library.
Oh, it's through the library, but do you have to wait for it to be in? Yeah, I have to see. I'll pay for those things because I'm the worst. I have zero amounts of patience when it comes to that kind of thing. So then I'm going to put 2 of these flowers down here. Do you see, like, what a that would be my problem, right? Is that I'd have to wait for something and then I would be like, but I want to read it now. So crazy. So do we want a purple one down here? Ooh, like that one, look, with the blue on it. So I'm going to decide how I'm going to layer these. And then we need a pinky one. So maybe this pinky one. And then instead we have that one. Maybe I'll put that one on. Oh, I like it. Right? And this one really could have 3. I could layer 3 on that if I wanted to. Like do a 3 layer on this guy. And then, so this really is not, think about it, on a Friday Night Live, this is pretty much how we would roll, right? I need to read more for my brain. It's good. And I think the audiobooks can still be good too, right? I still think you're using your, I did a purple one. So that's gonna, I don't know. Like I would never do that.
Mm-mm.
But that's the only other one I have. So where am I going to use it? Do 2 purple down here? I could. But then I'm going to have to do ink on that so it'll work. Okay, let's do the things. So now my whole idea that the die cutting would have to, it takes time, right? But that I want that this could be a fast thing, right? And then I could also do question. My friend got access only, but she doesn't have Facebook. Will she still be able to get the links? That is when you email us at info@vickybooten.com and we'll send you, like we'll email you the links and the printable print offs. Okay, so just info@vickybooten.com. And yes, definitely, we are all inclusive crafting. So I'm always like, I know some people just don't like the Facebooks, but it's just the easiest place to house that. Right? So did I miss any questions? I've been on hold 16 and 18 weeks for certain books. But I guess if it's one that, because if you're reading older stuff, that would be good, right? But I'm one of those right now. Like, and sometimes I'll like order like 4 books. And they have sales too on Audible where you can get them for like $4 reads. And I'm not that picky. I'll read something that's older or even an author that I don't know. I seem to grab a lot of books that are English, like the narrations in English accent. It's all in English. That was funny. I only understand English, so I'll tell you right off. All of the books I listen to are actually in English. What is wrong with me, Greta? Okay, so now let's decide. I have to grab, I don't have any pattern paper except for the paper pad. So what will I mat these photos in? Could do the lavender, could do orange, or we could go way out and I probably won't do anything that matches. I have a tendency that, oh, look at, and some of this I will after I pick. So I'll choose my ink colors now as this starts to come together, right? Yeah, and they narrate them in English. Oh my goodness, friends, what is actually wrong with me? Yellow, you know I love it, but let's try the blue could be pretty. Ooh, tan could be kind of, I'm not going to say no to that. Let's pull that out because I could map my photos. that one's going to come to play. That I think is really fun how it'll tie in that purple. You want whatever I'm drinking tonight? That would be a diet cherry Coke. I did though. We went out for lunch today and I had fish and I actually thoroughly enjoyed haddock for Friday, right? They had fish fry Friday. But I love cider. If I'm going to have a drink out, it's usually a cider, but I don't want it sweet. And what was it called? Cherry cherry how you doing or some cherry what you doing or something the name of this cider was. And I said to the lady, I'll just have the 3 ounce cup. She said it's literally a shot. So I went with the little 5 ounce cup. But how many languages do you speak? I speak English and gibberish. That literally is the extent of my
In an English accent.
in an English accent. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with me? I'm gonna get up and grab some more paper, but these two, I think for sure. I love the kind of craft-ish beige. I'm gonna mat with and then do something with this one as well. Have you read I've read something from is it Louise Penny? Me too, English and gibberish. It is like English and like I make no sense. Those are my two languages. Okay, my bum is big. I don't want to knock anything off the table. Let me grab paper because my open stock is over here. It's a mess. Okay, here I come. Let's see. We have a bigger selection. So let's pull the big boys out. It is true facts. There's something wrong with me a lot of the time. We use this I love this. So this might come in here. That'll pull some of the peach. So let's decide. Because like I said, I want to weight the bottom of my layout with a border. It's a Vicky thing. I just want to put a piece here. I'm going to make leaves with my circle punch. Can you hand me that one there, Greta? Because I feel like my flowers will need some leaves. And then we need a color that is not really what you would like an expected one. I want something that will contrast. And that is what I'm going to use to pull out my inky color. So I'm just going through and I'll grab something, guys, and you let me know what your thoughts are. So if anybody's crafting out there, what are you making? What color palette are you using? What papers are you using? Did you die cut? Oh, I love this one. This is a favorite. I might put some newsprint on this one too. Hi, Connie. I went to Ironwood Cider House in Niagara on the Lake. I do love that. They have some interesting ciders. Now I got to remember what it was called. Cherry. Where you at? It's something like that. And when when Greta asked me when I was drinking it what it was called, you almost choked on your water because I don't know. It's like cherry something. The print shop background pad, you cut florals with your Cricut. I love that. I had to cut my flowers with a Cricut. Love it. That works so, right? You probably did it a lot faster than Vicky Booten did because, right, with your Cricut would be quicker. Ooh, we can use that too from the butterfly paper. So it's a B-side kind of night. But now, maybe, you know what? I'm going to be wild and crazy. I think the ink I'm going to use is black. I'm going to probably go in with black. I think that you're doing your homework. I love it, Heather. I gave you lots, right? I'm packing for a crop next weekend. Then I hope to do the Discover and Create homework this weekend. I love that. Okay, so let's decide. So far, this is my color palette. The Craft. It's a very neutrally with a punch of the lilac. These are what I'm going to use, and that peachy color. So I'm staying pretty true to, right? True to. I'm not going to do a lot of, I don't even know. I feel like the only one I really need to do anything on is I'll change something on the purple because it's too much purple. And the center, the artwork's already there. I don't really feel like I need to stencil much, right? I might put a little bit of metallic on the background. That's what I'm going to commit to. So the only stenciling or stamping, I might just be wild and crazy. And I might only stamp on these with maybe a script stamp or a background stamp. So I've changed my whole plan. I don't feel like I need to, I'm going to stencil on here with a little bit of gold. So I'll pick something that is linear. I'm going to put a strip of paper here and I'm just going to change my two centers, right? It's called Cherry, why you buggin'? Cherry, why you buggin'? So if you guys, it's in New York State. There's a brewery, but a brewer. Would it be a brewer who would make that? It's called Cherry, why you buggin'? Now that I have a mic here, like I feel like I have to keep talking in the hello in the mic. Something wrong with me. Something wrong with me. Okay, grabbing my ink. Somewhere. There's one. That'll work. And a stamp. And my bum knocks everything down. Because I always say my butt needs to have whiskers on it like a cat. Because I always think it's way smaller than it actually is. And I take stuff down. So these are my go-tos. I'm going to show you. These are pretty much go-to background stamps. Are going to be script or book paper. Ooh. Okay, coming back in. Yeah, my butt needs whiskers. So this is like book paper or script. Those are my go-tos. And I just want to add a little interest on these, right? So now that I say that, I could also stamp. I'm going to stamp this guy. Is going to be stamped. Then the centers. And then maybe this one. Maybe not. Let's start with it. So let me move it out. And then where is that paper? Oh, here, I'll use the back of that. So I'm going to stamp these for sure. These freaking fingernails, right? Never let me pick any of this up. I'm going to do this one with the what is this called? Script. So this is I've had this script stamp forever. I don't know if Hero Arts does this one anymore, but they do a big one. But when you're looking for a script stamp, I think the most important thing is how tight the lines are, because a lot of them have too much space. And then if you're stamping something that's a smaller scale, ooh, it's going to be fun. I'm going to have to cheat because it's not wide enough. And hopefully there's no divots in my table. But see, look at how that just elevates it, right? Good enough. So now I have a little bit of interest on that background. And I will do this purple one with this. Hopefully enough ink on there. Nope. That just happened. And I'll do this. That didn't actually really happen. Hi, Wanda. How are you? You're making pages for your 50th wedding anniversary. That's pretty exciting, right? There. So that one. And then for this guy, I'm going to do the book paper. So I only need to really... What? Watch my sweater. Yeah. And I'm going to stamp my sweater. And this one you could, I'm going to do it this way because I was going to say you could put it on just on there, but I also would move it and screw it all up. So I love that. Just a way now that we have all that texture and pattern on the backgrounds to add a little bit of interest and contrast, I guess, right? To our layers. So let's see what it looks like on there now. Does it look good or like cockapoo-poo? We will see. So this one that was the one, right, that had the orange, which I don't mind now, that tone on tone, right? And then a purple, and then this layer. So see, add a little interest, right? But now I feel like I still want
Mhm.
some on this guy, don't you?
Mhm.
Or swap and do it on this guy. Kind of like that. And I'm going to do the book paper on that one. I'll do the book. And then what about this one on the purple? Let's go for it. We'll do script on the purple, but I'm not going to do the whole thing. It's only going to be partially stamped, I think. And then book paper on the orange. Do you guys have, do you use background stamps? What did I say now? Script on the purple? Right, guys? Script on the purple, did I say? Oh, it's going to be. And then I'll put book paper on this guy. Don't care if it doesn't perfectly stamp because it's only meant to be a little layer. I like that. That just literally made those pop. Now this one's going to be hard, right? You need a tight script. So like I said, if you go on Hero Arts, they have a bigger one actually than this one. And I've carried it in my shop before. When my friend Libby was working at Hero Arts, she sent me a bunch of stamps, and they have a really good one. I love background stamps. I love red rubber stamps for mixed media. So I would do background, any of the background stamps. I really think are worth the investment, and because they're tougher stamps, they're great when you have paint and stuff on them. Okay, let's get in with some foam dots now. Now we need a little texture. If your palm is itchy, does it mean you're going to come into money? Isn't that what that means? Does it matter which hand it is? I'm going to lose all my money if it's my left hand, and I'm going to win the lottery if it's my right. Have you guys heard that saying? If your palm is itchy, it means you're going to come into money. But it's kind of up here, so I'm only going to find a loony. Only going to find a loony.
Find a dime.
A dime. Right? The right hand. It's my left hand. What's it mean? I'm going to lose a hand? Good, right? What's going to happen to me? So let's put some foam dots on. Let's decide what we're popping up on here, but we need to play with light and shadow now. So it's going to go on here like that. Boop, boop. Right? And then we decide, do we want it lined up, or do we like it better with a little offset? Right hand, you're going to meet someone new. Wow, what's left hand mean? Yeah, so what are you saying? There's lots of different. What is your favorite, Mari, background stamps? Do you like, again, I love that. I like the red rubber for mixed media. That's one of the things that I look for. So if I want to use acrylic paint on it, and I like that they're mostly either wood mounted or the cling ones still, I can, run water and all that stuff under it. I'll layer all that. Sorry, left is money. Woo woo. Better buy sorry if I made you all deaf. A lottery ticket. You saw it. You witnessed that. It is my left hand. We're gonna get
Your thumb.
It's my thumb. I'm gonna win a free ticket. That's all I'm getting is a free ticket. I have a script and newsprint. Yeah, I love that, Sharon. They're perfect. I have so many red rubber stamps. You have to bring them out. You do for mixed media, and for gel plate printing, they are magic. Left is for receiving, right is for giving. Well, I'll give some too. If I win some money, I'll make sure that I give some away. You like red rubber. Love the Wendy Vecchi. Yeah, I have that one. It's actually going to be added to my store, Mari. Thank you for reminding me. I bought the Wendy Vecchi one. It is in the pile of stuff that needs to get added onto my online store. Look how fun those are. I love that. Black was the choice. Black was a choice for me with this color palette. So I'm going to glue these. I'm going to commit. I'm happy with those. And we're going to start laying the base down. So like I said, the majority of tonight really ended up being freaking die cutting that I was going to have all prepped and ready for you. Numbers, music, notes, and script. I love it. My garbage for my little things. Love it. Bring out the red rubber stamps. Sherry and Lori, are you guys friends? So that you guys can share the stamps, because I love that. I love the Tim Holtz background texture stamps. Me too. I love all his stamps with, oh my goodness, I just forgot. Help me. Because I like Ted at, help me, friends. I hate when that happens. I'm getting old. It happens a lot. I think it's to the menopause. Sucks all our brains out. It's just like when we were pregnant, right? Brain fog. I just forgot. That bothers me. Does that bother you when you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Stampers Anonymous, thank you. Oh my goodness. Do you guys do that? Am I alone? Or do you find nowadays like I will have like I'll sit there and go, I don't even remember what that word is. Best of friends. I love that. So this one is tone like it is a script on script, but I love it. For my little flower, who I told Greta, she's my little flower, and sometimes we're frenemies. I'm gonna add a little curl. This one is gonna be taped. You're not alone with that. It's very frustrating. I have to really start, what do you say, being proactive and like taking care of myself, like figuring out if there's supplements I can take that help that, sleep, diet, if my dietary changes will help with that, because I just feel like I don't feel old. Like I feel like I still got some life left in me. So I would just like some quality of life.
Some brain power with you.
Yes, it would be like if my brain could catch up to, I still feel like I'm like 16. It would be nice if I could actually remember my kids' names. Somebody's birthdays, forget. I don't any of it. I need to write all of it down. And then I feel bad because like Greta's coming to stay, and then I'll go on the Facebooks and go, did I miss her birthday? Because I am a terrible friend, just so you know. Greta will tell you that Vicky, man, whew, she sucks. You don't want her as a friend. She don't remember anything.
It's a good thing I'm not into all that.
See, I like that a lot. Now we'll put our strip on there, and then I'm going to start embellishing, right? Menopause gives you brain fog. Do you feel, do I need to map my photos? I feel like I don't want photo mats. Like, I don't think I want photo mats on these ones. I really like what's going on here. I am going to add some metallic. Let's decide. Now, here's a little thing we're going to talk about scale wise, because, right, we have this background, which was a gel plate print. And then I went on the gel plate and just put black dots on and picked it up on this print. So if I'm going to add something stenciled in gold, which you could put texture, I'm just going to use my stencil brush. You have to figure out scale wise and pattern wise what would layer with what already exists. So when I'm looking, we used this last week, but to me, I could totally go in with something like this because the scale is bigger. It's linear, so it's not going to compete. It's going to work very well with the pattern that's on there. We used that last week, so let's see what other options. Things like, and we'll talk about what I probably wouldn't use, right? So I don't have a ton here. I would not go in with, say, that. I feel like it's one way too busy with the floral. You want something that, imagine these are giant circles. Like, so you have a little circle and a big circle. So now I want a medium-sized pattern that isn't going to compete with what's existing on the page. So I could go in with larger dots. I could totally use something like that. and go in totally with a larger dot. Can I tell you something that could be cool too? Is I could put it in the center of the pattern and it could almost work like a mat that you would do with paper. But why a stencil is nice is you're not covering the layer underneath. Because, right, if you went in with a photo mat, you're going to lose all of that. But I don't want that. So I got to find something. What? Or you could go in with something that literally is just going to accent my pattern, where I could just make those float down the page or do a row of them on the bottom. That could work. I don't have a ton of pattern here. I'm still liking this one the best, just so you guys know. That so far is my favorite option. What do I have here? Would we like that? I kind of like it. Should I just go for it? Because I would just do a band of it down, right? Greta didn't like it, I could tell.
I'm just thinking it's the same size as the flowers.
Yes, scale wise. Big polka dots. See, I'm going with the lines.
Yeah.
So it's the best one to me. It's not competing with our circle patterns already, right? New Bro is a good cognitive support supplement. All natural drink, 0 sugar. Try it. I'm gonna have to look at it. I still feel like I'm 20. It's true, but I'm like, gotta start now. As we get at an age where I gotta really start thinking about taking care of myself, right? Because my kids might not put me in the good home. They might want to keep all the money and they might stick me in the bad home. So I have to make sure that my cognitive health is good so I can say no. I got to make sure that I get it all in writing, right? So do we want to accent it on the bottom? We can talk about, oh, look, we could do a linear line right across the bottom because I'm going to put borders down here. We could do a whole thing down the side. We could do a pattern in the middle. So what I first lean towards is, because there's lots of white space, is I think I want a whole row of, we did that last week though. Okay, I gotta be better than this. Just give me another second. I gotta be better. Can't do the same thing. So I'm looking for more stencils. Give me a second. Ooh, that's a good one. I've gotta be better. So I'm pulling out all of them. All of the Vicky Booten stencils. Let's see. Floral won't work. Oh, this one could work. So it's circles, but look at that could work. What do you guys, is anybody going to stencil on their background? What did you pick? The hearts, if they were bigger. Scale's too small. Sometimes it's not easy, is it? Sometimes it's not easy. Ooh. Okay. So I'm going with this one. I'm doing this, friends. I'm doing the circles. So it's kind of the same idea, linear, but I'm going to do the circle pattern. Okay, I'm doing the circle pattern. So I'm moving everything that's here. And I'm still going to, I really am digging this kind of idea of coming down the page like this. Okay. You do what you do. You do you, right? But I'm going to do this. So I am going to use my stencil brush. I'm using my gold glaze. If you don't have this gold glaze, and you have one from the Simon Hurley, or you have my texture paste, whatever you want to use, you can use. I'm going to do gold because I don't think color wise it's going to compete. It's just going to accent. I'm going to pick it up with my stencil brush. I like to go in a swirly motion and then I pounce it in just so I don't have big gobs on here. And I am going to put this on here and pounce it in. You could use it like a texture paste if you wanted to as well. So you're still gonna see the pattern underneath, right? Because we are using it with a palette or a stencil brush. Oh, there is still texture on this paper. I just couldn't see it until I put something on top of it. So remember I said, oh, I think they changed it. I lied. It is not. I like it a lot. Yeah, I like it a lot. So you do you, right? If you're like, I don't like that, that's not really what I want, don't put it on there, right? I struggle when I try to pick a second stencil. It's tough, Julie, and it really is kind of a scale. You want it to work kind of with what you're doing, right? But that's usually what will determine it. Scale, good repeating layering pattern. I've run out of gold glaze. So put down some down. I mist my brush, remember, when we're using a heavier medium, because misting your brush rather than the medium, you're not going to dilute it, but it's going to make it work better. So when I do it on this pattern, you're going to think I'm a weirdo, okay? And I've probably mentioned this before. The texture on this reminds me of being a kid growing up in the 70s. And my parents smoked, like I think a lot of people's parents did, just what people did. And do you remember the tin foil that was inside the foil liner? So we would take that, my brother would, and when you took the white layer, because it was like a paper layer and then the foil layer, you took the white layer and then you took like a coin and rubbed it, you could burnish it. This paper, for some reason, always reminds me, because I think the liner in cigarette packages in the 70s had that, I don't even know what you'd call that pattern. What do you call that kind of woven pattern? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Or you're like, she's a freaking weird. Can you throw that in the sink? Just throw some water on it. Thank you.
Supposed to put water on it.
Yeah, please.
Have to do your dishes.
Look at Did you hear what Greta just said? Now I've got to do your dishes. There's a little scrub brush if you just you just wet it and scrub that, the glaze will come right off. I'd come over there and do it, but you're in my way. Linen texture, yes, thank you. I would make little goblets for fairies out of the tin foil. So you guys know what I'm talking about. Some of you, right? It had, and so every time I do anything on this page, that's what I think of. Like that it has that kind of texture, like the foil. Look at, there our parents are smoking. We're in the back seat of the car with all the windows up. Anybody driving by, my face was like squished, like, help me, I can't breathe. They didn't know what they didn't know back then, right? But I'm sure somebody out there remembers. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't breathe. No seatbelt on. Driving the car between my dad's legs, right? You'd sit in the front seat and drive the car. Oh yeah. We did have like or a lot of fun back then. Watching Solid Gold on whatever day that was on. When was Solid Gold on? Did you watch Solid Gold, Greta?
Yes.
I love Solid Gold.
Right.
And then with my friend Wendy and I would reenact the dance moves. So my favorite was when they'd slide between the other dancers' legs, like on the floor, and then end up just on their hand on their elbow. That's how they'd finish. I wanted a gold lame outfit and a headband so bad, like a solid gold dancer. If you're young out there and you're like, I have no clue what she's talking about, just look it up, Solid Gold. I might change it. I think I'm liking that weight line. So we'll see when we get the flowers on with Debbie here. Okay. So I'm liking this. Do we like that? Or we could put it at the top. So we'll decide quickly. This was supposed to be quick layouts. Well, my name's Vicki Booten and I don't really know how to do these things fast. So we had that kind of up like this, right? This one under. And this guy on top. kind of like that. So now let's decide, do we like it maybe at the top? What do you guys think? Or sideways? The bottom for sure. You like the weight line on the bottom? Or kind of like it on the side, right? So I don't know. I think this is kind of where my heart is at. I'm liking the weight line on the side. So what's nice, like this is dry. That's why I love using that texture paste, but you see how metallic it is, right? Like what other product could you use that you could get that shine other than those texture pastes with a what is that thing called? Oh my goodness, stencil brush. Freak. I have not been drinking tonight, I promise. Right? I love it, right? Do you have a leafy background stencil? I don't know if it's behind because I'm done now. So you could be watching at a delay. Because I'm like, I can't go back now. I'm committed. Committed. So I'm liking it. And then we might even change. Maybe my photos will be different, but I'm kind of really digging that, right? I love the weight line there. And then maybe this guy will slide over now instead over here a bit, right? And then put maybe more of the weight on this side or here. I don't mind that.
And you're tight on them.
Yep. I like it. Now, and the green, or what about the weight on the bottom of the big one? Oh, maybe. Maybe. I think that's what was throwing me off. I think it's too heavy up top. Yep. See that? So it felt too weighty up top. So by moving it down here, I like that. And I still do not feel, because the gray in the background with the black and white, I'm really digging. I'm digging it. So I like that. Now let's find a green. Yeah, I think my leaves, I'll make green. I'll stay traditional with the greenery kind of thing. And let's pull another. So let's look for something green that we can punch and create some leaves. If I have to, I'll use that, but I would like something a little lighter or darker. I like that. And it's not as patterny. So I used this last week and the piece is over there somewhere, but we're going to do it again. Sorry, friends, I was missing. You guys were putting comments out there and I was totally looking at my page, not reading. So I apologize. Will you do me a favor, Greta?
No.
Will you go? The third drawer has circle punches. I need a bigger one.
You sure?
Yeah, I need a bigger one because I'm not going to get the leaf sizes. The 2-inch should be fine. So I'm using a 1.5-inch circle punch that I then make apple cores. But then I need a bigger one for the big one. You like it this way? Do you guys agree? The weight line? If you're starving, you can. I haven't fed Greta yet because this is anybody who hangs out with me on a Friday night knows that I roll on here and I haven't eaten. There's a big pot of soup though. I did make soup. It's up there, but I haven't fed her. So she's probably like, freaking, I'm not coming to stay with you again, man. You starved me. Oh, I like her. She said no. Yep, we've been friends for a long time. So she's like, get your own darn stuff. And I tell her, shut up and do it. No, I don't. See you later. So I'm just put my leaves in. And I know for some of you guys, like you don't have to do flowers. You could make this masculine and do a different shape, like stars if you wanted to, or right? You don't have to do flowers. I like flowers. I do a lot of flowers. You don't have to do flowers. Other thing I want to remind you is I haven't done the giveaway. So I'm going to go scroll through comments right now. So while I'm punching would be your time to post a comment for your opportunity to win. So if I pick one of my friends that lives in like Australia or New Zealand, I'll just give you a gift certificate to my shop so you can do one of your access onlys. Okay. Or we can work a deal out with the shipping where I'd pay what I would to ship anywhere else. And if you want to pay the difference, we can do that. But I am going to scroll through and somebody is going to win the paper pad and maybe something bonus because I tend to just give you a little bit more. So I like to do giveaways. So I like that. Makes me happy. So that's fun. That just added a little interest, didn't it, friends? This is a little busier too, but you know what it kind of reminds me of? Kind of like quilt. Do you know what I'm saying? It kind of has like a quilty vibe. Reaching across, friends. Okay, here I go. Gonna scroll. Scrolling, and it is the winner. 1, 2, 3, stop. It is Lorraine Owen. Lorraine Owen. Are you still here, Lorraine? Lorraine Owen. And like I said, if you don't live in the US or Canada, we have to work something out. Is Lorraine here? Because you got to be here to win. Lorraine, you're here? Where do you live, Lorraine? Because if Lorraine is one of my Aussie or New Zealand friends, I'll pick a second winner and I'll give her a gift certificate to my store. And then you can do it like access only or something. You're in Arizona. Perfect. Congratulations, Lorraine. Like I said, every one of my lives on Friday night, I'm going to do 2 giveaways. So if you still want a second chance, you can leave a comment in the regular comment section. And let's finish this baby up. I love this page already. Like, isn't that fun? And I'll tell you, I am not a purple fan. So I don't use it very often. But the purple and peach really does something for me. In case you're wondering, really does something for me. So now we have to, I don't even know, do I need much pattern paper? Like, I don't feel like, let's pick my title first. And then,
Need a black title.
yeah, I think color would be too much. So it might, I might, oh, let's see. I might not use these. Let's see. Love, what do we have? Follow your dreams. That could be cute on there, but I want, what does love, what did I have this? Love this. That's a Vicky saying, love this. See, Paula just said, love this. Me too, love this. So look it, let's take a look and decide. I don't really like floaty titles, but maybe this one might not be bad. Yeah, if I, but look at it pops down here. So I totally could use it. Love this. So I'll do something with it, but like with this part, but I kind of love just on there. Okay, so but there's not enough for me.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't want a lot of pattern because there's a lot of business going on here, right? So I love this. I'm committed to that. But now let's make it work. So let's see what we got. Things that we have. Natalie just used this on one of her latest layouts, and I have to say, absolutely loved it, Nat. It looked great. This piece of vellum. It's really pretty. So, oh, okay, what's this thing? Things to remember. So maybe it's not going to be floaty. Maybe we can pull a little bit. No, I'm a liar. I do not like that. Rich is home. The athlete is home. I can hear him walking around up here. Poor Simon was sitting at the stairs crying, and I was like, oh my goodness. And Greta's husband is a large animal vet, and she's like, he'll be fine. Because I'm like, I'm a pushover. Oh, my baby's crying, and he's like, he won't cry forever. He'd be fine. So I was laughing because it's like, I would have what do you call that? Given in. And Greta's like, he's fine. He'll go away. Nope. Oh, yes, I have no butterfly on here, right? And you need more? You like those? I love the vellum titles, yeah. But titles are my favorite thing. Like, I didn't like anything out of here, so I'm not adding any of that. But some business needs to go here, and then I'm going to put a little lilac flag banner layer up here. I like that. Oh, look, maybe if we frame the love in the black and then have this layer. I don't hate that. I might move my leaves though, right?
You could put a little color under this.
Yeah. And then a pop of color, right? I was gonna lick that like, what are you doing, you weirdo? I love the weight of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we could put love in there, right? Something else maybe with it. And then a little, not a circle, but something. Where we have stickers, let's look. Let's look. It's cluster time, friends. We got a cluster. And sometimes like we will make these, right? Like I'll make these collections and I'll go, like I wish I had one more SKU, because that SKU would be all of this. Like this certain thing that would make my life so much easier. Oh, look at that little peach thing. I like that. So let's just cut a little flaggy banner, or look at corner round it, right? Look, just kind of put it off the bottom. I like that. So let's cut a piece and see if that will work. So I'm gonna say about 1.25 inches, because I can slide part of it under the frame. Okay, little peach. Can you guys see, like, is this, because I always wonder if my camera for this part should be closer. So next Friday, do you want me to bring the camera a little bit closer? Like, do you find that you can see? Love this. That might be too long. We'll see. Yep. Cut a little bit of it off. Nails don't work. Nails don't work. Oh, you silliness. Peach is Chamel's favorite. I know. She is always like, and look at, and isn't it the color of the year? Isn't it called peach fuzz or something? The Pantone color. Love this. And I'm still going to layer here. We're not going to be done just yet, but I am liking that. This guy's not going to end up going in the corner. It's too busy. Love this. And then I feel like there needs to be a heart or something on here. But I like that. And something needs to go in here. Maybe, should we layer another color in there? What were our color options? Like the beige? Like I feel like there's something. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it just looks a little naked. Looks a little naked.
Green from your leaves.
Or maybe my leaves, right? Now put it in there.
Mhm.
Oops. Oops. Oopie. Oh, I don't hate that.
Yeah,
right? I just filled that little negative space up.
Peach is a little
The peach what?
light.
But I don't want it to like be too much, right? I like that. And then I want a heart. Like I feel like I need a heart. I don't hate that, but I need to tie some gold down in this corner. Saving the memory. Can I layer this somehow on here? Look at this. No, it's too much business. I have a hard time. Like I'll tell you what would be magic for me is if this was not just black, if it had a white outline or whatever. I try when we make them. I'm like, how can we make add an outline so it's not gonna go back on there now. And then what subtitles could we put? Love this. Documenting the happenings. This was supposed to be quick. Never ends up happening, is it? Love this. An arrow. Ooh, an arrow would be good. Like, right? An arrow. Something's got to change. Something is really not working for me. And I'm thinking it has something to do with that weight. Do you guys see right away? Like, I just don't like it. So what if we move it here?
There you go, right by your title.
Right? It's better. Right? Do you guys see how what just happened? That makes me feel better. Like I just feel like something was completely off. And now if I wanted to mat those photos, I totally could. And then we can play with that green right in here. And then that just made that work. And now, even though the peach is light, if I put a heart or something here, do you guys see how that kind of made a difference? Vicki, do you have gold paste that will go in the shop soon? Yes, like a ton of it. Okay, but I have to. Oh, gems for sure will go on these the flowers. Irene, gems will go on the flower. Some gold hearts. Let's see. Do we have? Oh, look it. Yes, we do. That'll go in there with love this. And then could this work now with the lilac? Let's see. Let's just test it, right? We'll cut a piece and see. Off of here.
Some paper left from what you punched.
Oh yeah. No, let's do something that's different. But there's butterflies in here for sure. I love that paper right there. Love that paper. But I'm going to cut a little piece off of it because I feel like that purple up there will. Let's see if I'm wrong. What's your desk look like right now? Desk check. Desk check. I'll move I'm not done with the photo height yet, but like where they are, I just wanted to see with a little bit of purple up in here, layered with that. See, I like that. Do you like it? Maybe not as long, like a shorter of it. The only thing is you don't see much of the flag, but I like that business. And I'll probably layer another color, like a third. And then now we could, if we wanted to, we still could do like a weight bar across here. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, or do we like the... No? You don't like that? What if
I like the black on the green.
You know what I'm saying?
think I'd do it both places.
No, I won't do it up there.
Yeah.
If I do it here. I kind of like that. And I like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
This I don't think can go on here. I think we'll mat the photos. We will add a but I like that little peak. Of color. And I probably might put more another border, like layer a border. But I like the weight line on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Right, guys? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I just think it was getting a little lost. But we could make it now not get lost. Like, we'll figure it out. These can't go there, but like, I like that. And now let's mat these guys. I feel like that's what needs to happen. And then I think, because it's not too, doesn't compete too much. And those are around a 3x4. So let's do, my mats are gonna be about 3.5. I'm gonna start with 3.5 by 4.5-ish. Oops. Vicky, clean up your workspace. Look at, like, I think, do you guys like it or no? Cuckapoo. I'm gonna say 3.25 though. I think 3.5. It's too, a little too wide. But yes, it is. Like, I was trying to do minimal. I can't do minimal. Like, it needed more. You know what I mean? Like, let's cut these. Well, let's just do the things. Let's see. See, I don't hate that. I really think it makes the bottom pop a little bit, like the base, by adding a little bit of neutral color. My fingers are not working tonight at all. Ish. Right? And then we know this guy. And we know this guy. I kind of am loving this. And then this guy can kind of go under the photo-ish. And then we had our little title with the purple. And we'll tie our green in. Now, the only thing we're going to have to, what we need to pull in now, I'll tell you, is the gray. This gray is going to have to be brought in somehow for it to make sense. That right now, well, it makes sense because it's in the photos, right? Mm-hmm. The gray is in the photos with it being black and white. But I, too askew, straighten that out a bit, am kind of really digging that. But I will bring a neutral in somehow. And now, right? And the peach still works because there's orangey-ish in the flowers. I like it. Mm-hmm. I like it. And then if we bring the green in a little bit, right? Up here, maybe, just because I have that open space. What are you guys thinking? That gives you a little room to journal. Yes, for all my, so Michelle doesn't like the mats, but I feel like I need something. I don't know. I like them. Am I alone? Are you guys agreeing with Michelle?
What if you did more of the gray?
What's that?
Gray mats. I like those.
I like it. I don't like this peach now.
No.
See, take that away.
Yeah, that's better.
And we'll figure, because I might not need it now. Right? Once I put I like that better.
Yeah.
Once I take the gold hearts out. I think those will be good there, right? Ish. So we have, they need to go up here. I know you'll look and go, really? Yes, for me, really. I have to, I have this real thing where I love this actually. I am loving this. So I know for some of you don't like the mats, right? You don't like the mats. I like both with or without. Yes, the mats brought the photo more into prominent focus. That is how I feel, Lisa, is the photos we're getting with a gray on the gray background, we're getting lost. But you don't have to, like, this is not going to be for everybody. Some people are like, would not like this color palette. So things that I look at now as I'm going to finish this layout is definitely the little gold hearts down here, and then tying pigment up somehow with labels or something at the top needs to happen. Or look at even like black, you could have black and white, because now, which I don't hate, because it's going to create a visual triangle if we put something right. Black at the top, time together. Let's get lost. We have this lilac number 1 that could be tied in with another little label. I don't mind that. We have our number thingies. What is in here that would work? I can't read that at all. It says something. It says something. Can't tell you what it is. Greta has glasses. You know, if you've been hanging out with me, I refuse them. But I have to go get my eyes checked because I can't pretend anymore that I can actually see anything. Oh, the green heart. Look at that. Ties the leaves in too, right? Let's put a little green heart. I don't hate that, right? What was that? I think the athlete just fell down upstairs, right? The athlete is broken. Or maybe swap it. Stories to tell. I like the black. I like the black and white, right? But I do like that this, I still think this could come into play too, right? Purple. No, it's gonna have to have more black and white. So let's pick another one. All good things. Let's look. I feel like we're getting closer. I like it. Right? Let's look with the hearts because there's black and white on those hearts. So what do you think? So I know for some of you, right? Are you looking at this going, this is not my favorite layout Vicky's ever done? Because it's a little different. It is a little different, this one. You can tell me, we still will be friends. I won't be like, that's it. They're never allowed to come and play again. I'm going to move this until I get my hearts on here. So the one thing, I'm not going to glue it all tonight. I will come back and do that, but that sucker. I love those hearts. Tie that in, don't they? Can I make it work? Maybe a little one down here. I have to play with this. I just feel like, but you get what I'm saying. Like I'll mess around with that. Oh, I don't hate that. I don't hate that. But maybe this guy will come in here. It's not easy sometimes, right? Like It's also not easy doing it on demand. Sometimes I struggle a little bit, right? When I have an audience. So some kind of jazz like you get right now that made that come around definitely need accents on here. So that might be where I tie my gray in, right? Do we punch a star? This is coming off though. I like it. Put stars in the middle of these in gray. What other shape could we add, friends? You're loving this? Too many hearts at the bottom right. I like clusters of 3. I'm going to leave them on here, but they might move. But I do like a cluster of 3. That's why they're actually on there, because like put 3 things on. But do you see what I'm saying? Like something gray. Maybe I might have gray gemstones. That could be really cool. But what do you guys think? Like, I do think tying the gray, but I'll tell you something else. I think it needs to white. I'm going to punch something in white and then layer it. You know what I'm talking about? Like something will go, because that will make those pop by putting something on there. And I feel like it's going to be, look at that could work down here. Personally, I enjoy seeing you think it through, because sometimes I look at it and go, the hearts are not staying there. I just threw them on there. I told you guys when I was putting them on, I'm like, I don't like these. Oh, I like that. Right? Look at, we'll put a little strip of this down here. I love this washi. It's one of my favorites ever. Because business has to go on down here. It's really bothering me. I wish there was a white outline on that love. So this is gonna change, just so you know. They're not staying there. I gotta play with that a bit. But this has been moved 7 million times. It's not like some of them, guys, you've been here, come together like literally it's like and done. And then others are like, and I'm struggling. And this one, but I like that weight line with the numbers and the black. I like that a lot. Other things we have, let's see, is this work or too much? Yeah, with the white gel pen, could do that, right? That's when if you had a die, that's why I love when the dies and you have the outline die. Too much? If there's a little piece of that.
Sounds terrible.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's black.
Just that weight, right? Yeah, no, I don't like it. Do you like that? Oh, I like it. No, I don't like it.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. Ah, Greta, she's laughing at me. Greta and I will be working tomorrow in planning stages for this year. Greta came to help me get my poop together. So how are we going to get this hearts in there? Maybe one on, like, that's too big though if I do it. Do we want it to be more like that?
You gotta pour this.
It's not, well, we'll be having to put glue on this because it's not going to stick anymore, but I'm just really happy I haven't ripped anything yet.
You did say that.
See, I want one in there, but there's the spacing is just not working, right?
You need a flatter one so you can tuck it.
Yeah. That isn't terrible, is it?
Yeah, that's better.
That's better. That'll work for me. And I know you guys are going to have an opinion, but at some point you got to just call it done. You know what I mean? At some point you got to just say good enough. Gold splatters. Yeah. If I hadn't done the gold here, but like now I really like this. Like I feel like it doesn't need anything else other than gems on these stones, right? Sometimes it's like you could put more, but there's a lot of business going on, right? Think if we would have created this whole background we would have gel plate printed, a stencil, a second stencil, all these die cut flowers. At some point, you got to say, okay, um, I can't put very much more crap on this page. And I feel like this is one of those instances. I like that. I really feel like that added some weight to the bottom of the page. I'm happy now actually with those hearts around. Love this. The only thing that will be happening, I'm going to curl the edges of my petals a little bit, but I still feel like the photos totally pop, right? Totally pop. But this is where you'll see what I'm saying. I got to show you something. I got to find what I'm talking about. It needs, this is going to make the whole world of a difference. Oh, I think gold. I think it needs like just little like gold half, like the little domed gold things. Don't you, do you guys see what I'm saying? But do I have a small circle punch? Well, I do, but Greta's gonna have to get it for me. I think white centers in those flowers. You'll see what I'm talking about. Too small. Is there a half inch? It should be layered. No, 3/4, that'll work. 3/4 will work. Yeah, that'll work ish. It might be a 1 inch that I need anyway.
There's 1 inch.
There. You'll see what I'm saying. I think there's a lot of dark on here that, it's a photo in that. Dark. That adding white in the middle of those. Tell me what you guys think. Too big though, because I'm losing all my artwork. So the 3/4 was the one. I think. Ooh, my finger had glue on it. Do you see what I'm saying? Lightening up those.
Too stark.
It's too stark. So maybe do you think the gray? But you get what I'm saying, right? It needs something.
I like the matte color.
We're having trouble, friends. Me and my 12 personalities. Can't do the. Okay, give me a second. I am not a quitter. I need that paper. Let's look at the gray. That's maybe where I'm going to get my gray. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the gray? I don't know yet. Oh, look it. Yes! It's gray. And then I'm going to find gold gems of some sort, I think. Crosshatch gray for the win. So, who or any of, I bet you some, I know tonight is one of those nights that people are out there going, I wouldn't have done any of that. It's all caca poo poo. I like that. That gray brings in the gray, and it's actually tonally the same gray as that. And then, like I said, what it needs is a gem. Even that might be like a clear rhinestone. But I actually don't hate it. It's totally different. But see, I don't hate that with the gold. I don't think I put gold in the center because there's too much gold going on there, but I like that gray, if you guys can see. Right? I love it. You're almost done your layout. You'll post to the group. I love that. Amy, did anybody else almost finish your layout? Because I feel like it's time to walk away from that now. And this is what will often happen when we do Friday night. Have you ever noticed that sometimes my finished layout are there's changes? Because I've walked away, looked at it again, and went, this was going to be a quick one tonight, and it was one of my longer ones. Sorry about that, Greta. She's like, yeah, and I'm starving now because we haven't eaten. So just a second. I'm going to talk to you guys for a minute here. But I don't hate that orange with the gray and stuff. Actually don't hate this layout. Once I pop my photos up with some foam dots, maybe I don't feel like it doesn't need any more color. Like I feel the color focus needs to just be in the floral. I do love this. It is something that's kind of out of the norm for what I would normally do. And I have to say, I don't hate it. So just a sec here, I'm coming. Hi. See, look it. I didn't have to Blair Witch you or anything with the new setup, right? Um, I'm going to embrace this one. Sometimes it's one page. If you don't love it, print the photos again in color or something and do another layout. But sometimes I think it is worthwhile to just move forward rather than backwards. And I don't hate how this turned out. I know things like when I embellish it and I pop some of those flowers, I might pop up the large flower, put more foam dots underneath it, and use light and shadow. That might also work. But this is really growing on me. That gray background for with the pops of color on top is really kind of fun. So I'm embracing it. You watch, you guys. I think for if some of you are out there and go, I'm kind of on the fence with this one tonight. When I finish it and post it, photograph it, I think that you might change your mind. So the two links for the ready-made backgrounds are not working for me. Are they working for anyone else? I haven't tested them, so I don't know. Um, I don't know. If you haven't already, remember to thumbs up the video and set subscribe and your reminder button so you don't miss when I go live. Leave a comment in the regular section once the video is no longer live, and you'll have a second chance to win one of the ready-made backgrounds. But thank you. I hope you, first and foremost, enjoyed that you can see um, all the possibilities with the ready-made backgrounds, that we didn't have to do 2 hours of mixed media before we even got to layout building. A huge amount of time was the die cuts. If I would have had those done, that would have saved us some time. We probably could have got 4 layouts done, but whatever. We still enjoyed each other's company. And I will definitely post both the layout from tonight and last week, so you can see the finished one. Because if my friend Jill is still here, she's always like, where's Vicky? Post those layouts. I need to see them. So thank you for joining me as always. I will be back next Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, with another Friday Night Live. If you have any questions, let me know. You can always reach me at info@vickybooten.com, or come and join the creative Vicky Booten creative community on Facebook. We always have lots of fun over there. So thanks, and thank you to my friend Greta for joining me and starving to death. Well, it took me 7 million hours to complete this layout. That was going to be quick layouts using ready-made backgrounds. So anyway, we had fun. Thanks so much, friends, as always, for joining me, and I shall see you guys next week. Bye, guys. Good night.